Like before YouTube was bigger, we had to make clips to send Andy Cohen as deliverables too. What? Oh, I think one of these chatters here. I am Sam Cedar. No. So, as I was saying, we're now going to watch another Vice video on people left death threats for election workers. We called them back. Chatter, we can watch most things without the actual fucking copyright owner clapping me. The problem is if Twitch will take the fake DMCA trolls seriously and ban me. That's the difference. Okay? So it's and for that to be held over my head all the time, I need to get this fucking sorted out. Okay? Do you understand? That's the reason why I care about this. The reason why I care about this is because if Twitch is just totally allowing fucking random dickheads to find emails to be like, oh, we're actually fucking sending this email from the corporation. Please take this seriously. We don't give a fuck about taking the risk of perjury in this circumstance because no one usually pursues any of this. Then yeah, I'm fucked. They could do that for everything. Yeah, it's the digital equivalent of content swatting. Yes, that is true. So, Corpa? What the fuck is this? Corpa. Like, all of a sudden, it fucking ruins everything I do here. So, that's precisely why I have to fucking figure this out immediately, okay? Just like you have to figure out how to avoid the top of the hour ad break that comes at the top of every hour. And some of the ways where you can avoid those ads is by subscribing. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Okay? Or you can do that by getting a gifted sub if you're lucky. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Let's watch the people left death threats for election workers and we call them back now.
Fulton County's embattled elections director is heading for the door. Richard Barron resigning today.
How'd you know?
Okay.
Barron, in his resignation letter, wrote of the intense scrutiny and threats to our personal safety.
Time's running out, Richard. We're coming after you and every motherfucker that stole this election with our Second Amendment. Subpoenas be damned. You're gonna be served lead, you fucking enemy communist. You will be served lead.
So they called them back. I love this. This is my favorite. I mean, this is actually my favorite type of fucking content. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be back in a second.
Rick Barron and his staff have received hundreds of violent threats since 2020 from people who believe the Republican message that the presidential election was stolen from Donald Trump.
You ought to blow your brains out, you piece of shit.
If you have a hand in this, you deserve to go to prison. You actually deserve to hang by your goddamn soy boy skinny ass neck.
Election officials across the country are reporting feeling unsafe and are quitting their jobs. But when we met him in July, Barron said he wasn't going anywhere.
I think at this point I've decided to stay because, you know, if I leave, I think the conspiracy theorists, they win.
A few months later, he's left his job and moved into a new apartment.
I said I wasn't going to leave because the conspiracy theorists would have won. But one of the things that I started finding is that little things were stressing me out in ways they hadn't ever before. And it was almost like PTSD.
Have the death threats impacted your decision at all?
Well, my daughter learned about them. I mean, she doesn't even like me to go out and walk my dog without telling me to be careful and that I might be a target. And so it starts to weigh on you. I have to think about myself, how it affects my personal life.
Normal country, boys. I mean, this is a normal and good country.
I can imagine all you have been through, and it's kind of just building up.
You just run out of
let
energy.
the clapping get you down.
And it isn't really even the people that make the phone calls. It's the leaders. Because they aren't leading anymore. I think they're cowards and hypocrites.
Do you think law enforcement should have done more when you were reporting these threats?
You know, I think at some point, law enforcement needs to step in and stop the harassment of public workers.
Barron did report the most serious threats to the Fulton County Police Department. These included emailed statements about what his staff and their family members were living through. One staff member said her mother was doxxed and called racial slurs. Another reported that people showed up to his house. And another received a call that people with guns were coming to, quote, kill all government workers. Fulton County Police have not opened an investigation into any of these incidents. We're heading to a Fulton County elections warehouse, and we're going to try to get in touch with some of the people who made threats to election workers. And as you can see, there's still security parked out here to kind of safeguard this warehouse, even a year after the election. So some of these people that left threats did it by voicemail, and they left their phone numbers. So we're going to try to give them a call back and see if they pick up.
That's the...
So this person called from an Atlanta.
Once again, this is the level of entitlement that a lot of these fucking people have, where they do not even fucking care. Like, they literally use their own emails. They use their own fucking phone lines. They use their own phone numbers. They self-dox. They do not care because they feel as though what they are doing is right. What they're doing is correct. What they're doing is honorable, just, and that, more importantly, that they are above the law and the law will not actually come after them. That is the same exact entitled energy as going into the fucking Capitol and like stealing shit while live streaming yourself. The unfortunate reality, of course, is that like the part of it where they can get away with it in a lot of circumstances, it is true. They can.
An area code, and we're going to listen to the threat.
Hey, Rick, I'm one of your constituents here in Forsyth County, and I watched that hearing yesterday, and it's quite alarming. I guess, what is it, tar and feather? I don't know what we do these days. Is it firing squad? Is it hanging for treason? Ooh, boy, you better run. That's all I got to say. Hello?
Hi, my name is Alexis Johnson. I'm a reporter with Vice News. We're recording this phone call, but I wanted to get in touch with you about a call you made to Richard Barron regarding the 2020 election last year.
Yeah, you'll find out. I got to pass, though. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Alexis Johnson, and I'm a reporter with Vice News.
Bro, that's the... You can't just say you're with like Fox News, dude. I would never... I mean, legally, you probably have to do that. But honestly, he said you'll find out. Honestly, if I was in this circumstance, I would just lie. I'd be like, I'm Hank Pecker with TruthTellerEagleFuck.net, and I was wanting to see we're looking for patriots who took matters in their own hands about these election voting protocols. You know what I mean? No, you can say you're recording it. That's fine. Brother, I'm also recording this phone call, hey, listen, American to American patriot, I gotta obviously tell you this, pussy ass nanny state forcing me to tell you and also to record this. Not a big deal, but just wanted to make sure that we're mano y mano having a conversation man to man,
Hey brother.
Doing the FBI's job by leading them on?
At the tone, please record your message.
So give me a call back if you will. Thank you.
Someone said that URL forwards to your Twitch channel. So you heard me, chatter, say truthteller.eaglefuck.net, and you hornily went there and you typed it into the URL and noticed that it's actually a website that redirects back to the stream. Congratulations. You found out that this is a long-standing meme in this community.
If you feel you received this message in error, please.
Oh, somebody's calling me back from Tennessee.
Hey, I'm calling back somebody that
Boom,
called me
baby.
about some election or something.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for giving me a call back. My name's Alexis Johnson, and I'm a reporter with Vice News. Yeah.
First of all, she sounds too much like a woman and too much like a liberal. Okay? You got to meet them where they're at. You got to be like, hey, brother, I'm a patriot. Okay? And I got to tell you, that means you can actually introduce yourself as that without it being a lie. Georgia is a one-party consent state, so she wouldn't even have to tell them she's recording. I guess they're doing best practices here. In order to get into the mood, when I'm doing shit like this, okay? When I'm doing things like this, in order to get into the mood, I hit my head with a pan multiple times, okay? And only after I do such a thing do I get to have the same level, the same IQ level as a patriot, as a patriotic American. I hit my head on a wall numerous times by giving myself a what I like to call a back alley lobotomy, and then I can meet them right where they're at.
Well, I was just calling to talk to you about a phone call that you made to Fulton County election workers last year.
Yeah, I think I'm like every American that's watched elections get decided the night of, and then I watched Georgia, and you can't tell me that the people that were doing what they were doing caught on video.
Oh my God, Forsyth County is the one that Oprah had a conversation about where they banned black people in the 90s? Is that where Forsyth? That's why it sounds familiar? No shot. No. Hey, chatters that don't know this are about to find out. There is a county where they literally were just like, we don't want black people here. Oprah literally, hold on. I'm just going to show you a clip from it. Okay. Hold on. Yes, it is. It literally is. Oprah visits a county where no black person had lived for 75 years.
Here are just some of the images of Forsyth County in past weeks that were broadcast around the globe.
There's no niggers here. Why should they even come, you know? They asked for it. They got it, so why'd they come?
It was coming in Forsyth specifically. I grew up around that area, and that county is literally a sundown county. Scary shit, literally 30 minutes away from Atlanta. Yep.
Come back, you know?
Look at this. I mean, my man's got the mullet, dude. He's rocking it, too. Holy shit.
It's hard to believe that this show aired nearly 30 years ago. Oprah's show in Forsyth was causing an uproar. As protests were going on outside, tempers were heating up inside too.
Somebody tell me, where did the people come from who were shouting, nigger go home? They came from where?
Yes, ma'am. They came from, my name's Frank Shirley. I'm the head of the committee to keep Forsyth and Dawson County white.
Bro, he's so proud, dude. Yo, this is a classic, by the way. This is a certified classic for those of you who don't know. He literally jumped up. He's like, I am the head racist, ma'am. I'm the one who did the racism. I'm the CEO of racism at the Racism Factory, Racism LLC. That's right. I like to go and do Klan stuff on the weekends.
Let him speak. Please let him speak. He has the right to speak.
Okay, the news media is covered up. There were thousands of white people that came out to join our white people's protest. This is the largest white people's protest.
Dude, notice how he hits the H every time. Like, he does not skip a beat, bro. I swear to God. Like, it's got to be hard to say white every time you're saying it. when you're conversing, but he will say it.
Protest against communism and race mixing in the last 30 years. The news media has deliberately covered up the nature of the Brotherhood marchers, many of whom are outright communists and homosexuals, and our organization was the only one.
Some things never change, by the way. Like communist, homosexual, race mixers. Okay? It's it. Anti-communist, homophobic, racist, dude. Literally, like exactly the same gripe still. And they're all in unison. And they are right. This is a, pro-miscegenation, a communist, homosexual stream. So they're not wrong.
Dare take a stand against them. They brought in
So you're not just anti-black, you're also anti-gay too.
I'm opposed to communism.
Notice how Oprah does not even mention the anti-communist, because don't know if Oprah was pro that part. She's like, listen, you and I, there are some agreements that we can have. Okay?
Race mixing and low morals, and homosexuals are of low morals, in my opinion.
You don't believe that people of other races have the right to live here?
They have the right to live wherever they want to, but we have the right to choose if we want a white community also. That's why we moved here.
You believe? That's what you believe. Excuse me.
That, for the record, oh my Lord, Marjorie Taylor Greene actually graduated from Cumming, Georgia, in South Forsyth High in 1992. So Marjorie Taylor Greene was in high school, okay? Was graduating high school like a couple years after this fucking video filmed. Man, oh man. That says a lot, dude.
Excuse me. Why is it that there are people in this county, obviously, who are afraid of black people?
There it is. There's Marjorie, dude. Just kidding. He's in the corner like, white power! I'll be a congressperson one day.
What is it you are afraid black people are going to do? I mean, that's what I'd like to know.
I'm afraid of them coming to Forsyth County. I lived in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta. And in 1963, the first blacks were bused to West Fulton High School. And I go down there now, and I see my neighborhood and my community, which was a nice community, a nice neighborhood, and now it's nothing but...
He means white. That's what...
a rat-infested slum area because they don't care. They don't care. Thank you.
No, what?
Dude, every time I see white supremacists, like, they are the best advocates for diluting the gene pool, dude. There is just not a better advocate for diluting the gene pool than white supremacists themselves, okay? Every time one of these motherfuckers speaks up, I'm like, bro, you literally look like shit, dog. What happened? You should have wished that your parents actually, like, I don't know, weren't fucking related to one another so goddamn closely. You know, you maintain that bloodline purity, and now you look like a troglodyte. You look like you stepped out of a fucking cave, dog. By the way, I know there's some haters in here right now who are going, I can't believe you're ugly shaming the racist Klan man. Unacceptable. How is this productive? Suck my dick, dude. This is what happens. This is what happens, okay? Can't post it on LSF, baby. Let's go. Woo! Hoo-wee!
Stand up. What's that? You know. Do you mean they, us, the entire black race? The entire black race?
Blacks and you have niggers.
What's the difference between a black person and a nigger to you?
I've talked to black people. Black people, they don't want to come up here. They don't want to cause any trouble. That's a black person. A nigger.
Wow, dude. I mean, you know this motherfucker, if he made it to 2020, he died of COVID. So at least there's that.
He wants to come up here and cause trouble all the time. That's the difference.
I have something to say. I'm very upset about what's going on.
So the difference between a black person and someone who he would consider to be the N-word is proximity, okay? That's it. Like, if they stay away, then they're black. If they come here and are in my proximity, then all of a sudden they turn into the... Or got it. Okay. They're in shooting distance. Okay. Cool. Are you allowed to see this because the N-word? Yes, dude. This is completely educational.
On. I don't think that Forsyth County has been portrayed right. It's not only by what's outside right now, but I just really hate to think that it's going to take someone either black or white getting hurt or losing their lives before people can sit down and talk this out.
Bro, this is the liberal.
It is a time for change. There's nothing we can do about it. Everybody, there's one God. And I just hate to think that someone is going to get hurt before the people get some sense about them and talk about this and get it like it's supposed to be.
How is it supposed to be?
Black and white together in Forsyth County. There's no other way.
Oprah says she and her producers knew it was dangerous to go down there, but they were smart enough to know to leave town before the sun went down.
Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway, grew up in Louisiana, the difference between black people and N-words is a very common Southern racist thing. Yes, I know. Hoggets. That was nice of her, though. I mean, that was nice. Google COVID death stats with the county, please. I want to see something. No. This is the same type of guy who's trying to ban CRT in their schools today, so his grandbabies don't see this video in school. Yeah. Oh, I did roof-to-roof sales in Cummings in 2020 before the election, and all I saw were Trump signs and Confederate flags everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not
cover the TRNC, Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus.
not that far away from, you know, their opinions, and their opinions never changed. Their opinions never actually changed. That's the other thing. Like, those people were never taught that they were wrong. There was never any consequences for feeling that way. And that's precisely why they continue to be just as racist and teach their kids to be just as racist as well. And the only thing they can do is, it just makes them even more, it makes them even more angry that, like, now they can't be openly that racist. Okay? And that's it. Like, and that anger manifests in political action for them. And that's why they go out and they vote for the Republican Party, who tells them, like, yeah, actually, that is true. That is Forsyth County all-time COVID stats, 19,629 deaths. Jesus Christ, 1.8 million infections.
We're not doing something dishonest.
When you called Mr. Rick Barron and said that we're watching you all closely, can you describe, like, what you meant by that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We were watching video feeds the whole time. We know what they were doing.
Do you think it was the right thing to do to call some of these people and leave voicemails that they might have felt was threatening and they might have been fearful?
That's on them. You know, when you're a public servant, you've got to be ready to stand up to the scrutiny of people. Then I would say that if you've done any nefarious actions, anybody that's threatened by what I said, you're only threatened because you're guilty.
This is John Johnson, right? I just wanted to confirm.
Bro, LSF poster mindset, okay? Straight up. I'm not being deranged. I'm not being hysterical. I'm not being psychotic because my cause is just. You are the enemy. You have wronged me. You have wronged America. And therefore, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you because you are wrong. And if you actually say, hold up, you're sending a fucking death threat to me, or you're doing this shit, like, which is psychotic, he'll turn around and say, no, it's because you're guilty. And this implies that you're guilty and you know you're fucking guilty. It's great.
If you'd like to confirm that, you can.
Okay.
Someone said, I'm an empath and I'm getting some bad vibes from these phone calls. Yeah, dude. Me too.
So this person called from Indiana and left this voicemail.
Either you're blind or you're crooked. So figure it out, buddy, because which side you going to...
Someone in the chat had the audacity to say, haven't you said the same thing about cinema? You think I said send Kristen Cinema death threats? What are you, fucking insane? First of all, I would have been banned immediately if that was the case. Like, what is wrong with some of your fucking brains, dog? I swear to God. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your brain? Also, not only that, but like one person is an election, is an elections person, not a fucking sitting senator who's purposely fucking over millions of people, okay?
Be on when the shoot starts, brother.
Hi, my name is Alexis Johnson. I'm a reporter with Vice News. I'm recording this phone call. Can I ask you a question?
You know?
Why?
What's that?
What made you call into Georgia? Are you a Georgia resident? What made you call in?
I was watching One American News, and they put his phone number on there, and they said, give the man a call.
What did you mean when you said, figure out what side you're going to be on when the shooting starts?
Because what do you see coming? You know what happens when they defund the police?
So when you said when the shooting starts, you didn't mean as a direct threat to the people that work here.
See, that's exactly where you're going, and I figured they just no.
Because I'm writing this case and it's okay. Kind of funny how fast you do the same thing. No, I have never said you should send death threats to senators, you fucking pathetic baboon. That is not acceptable. Okay? And if you cannot also, on top of that, comprehend the difference between an elected senator purposely fucking over millions of people in broad daylight versus a dude who is who is taking on a volunteer position, okay, as a poll worker, getting harassed because of misinformation and psychotic white supremacists lying about that person, then I don't know what to tell you. You might be on the other side of this equation. You might be the person who is sending death threats, I think, to the election people. Why do I have this person? Not so much death threat, but the vibe. Oh, okay. Either way. Got it. Oh, it's the same then. Okay. Got it. No, totally understand. Notice how they're not fucking showing, calls from people who are fucking concerned, who are saying like, hey, we are concerned about the election. And instead they're showing people saying you're going to suck hot lead because one is not fucking acceptable and the other is, okay? In this circumstance, the other isn't either because these people are just like, they didn't do anything wrong. Motherfucker just went back to the vibes, bro. That's a great way to launch an argument, dude.
No.
Vibes.
No, I just wanted to clear it up because I mean those were the words, and that's how some of the people that work here were taking that threat. They were pretty fearful.
Well, when you got people saying it's time to take the police off of the street, what choice do you have at that point?
Yes. Expressing that you are upset with your elected representative is exactly the same as sending death threats to other random citizens when the media has told you that those other random citizens have done something that's fucked up because the media is lying. This is exactly, these two things are vibe check wise, they are around the same according to that fucking chatter.
Looking back, fearful.
Well, when you got people saying it's time to take the police off of the street, what choice do you have at that point?
Looking back, do you regret that at all?
No, I stand behind what I said. Ultimately, if you can sit right now in this country today and say that all of that was legal, that was the most secure, I mean, I don't know. I watch One American News. It's on in the background as we speak. I was never really a Trump supporter, but ultimately they've turned me into one.
Mr. Risner, is it?
That's Reisner.
Mr. Reisner, I'm so sorry.
Dude. Bad faith interpreters are some of the cringiest fucking debate lord idiots on the planet, dude. Like, it's fucking insane, okay? It's fucking insane. Homie literally is just like defending. Yeah, Cinema could say that that's a death threat, though. Like, been here for 14 months, dude. Been here for 14 fucking months, dude. Like, been here for 14 months. He's only in here so he can get one off like that, okay? He can fire one off like that, and then when I call him out and I say he's a fucking moron, he turns around and goes, oh, I just baited you. What is wrong with you, chatter? What the fuck is wrong with you? 14-month subscriber just exclusively in here to be like, no, actually, I'm going to try to reduce, I'm going to try to rob this situation of its fucking context to the degree where like it actually fits an argument exclusively for the purpose of my entertainment. Fuck the 39,000 people watching right now. I just want to fucking bait for a second and have my name be read. You are selfish. Stop defending Kristen Cinema, by the way.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. In Georgia, it's illegal to threaten bodily harm against someone. It's also a federal crime to threaten someone online, by phone, email, or engage in stalking. But the problem lies in investigating and prosecuting those threats. In a statement to Vice News, Fulton County Police said, quote, while many of these comments were upsetting, they did not rise to the level of a threat from a legal perspective. Vice News spoke with a former Justice Department official who said that law enforcement might not be able to differentiate threats of bodily harm from protected political speech. Election workers across the country reported hundreds of threats, and only a handful led to any arrests. What message do you think that sends if these people that are sending these threats don't ever get held accountable or don't ever see a police officer at their door?
Well, if there are no consequences, they're going to keep doing it. I think it just encourages them and it enables them. So in 2024, people that heard from no one who made these calls, they're going to feel emboldened to do it again.